and welcome to our 2017 Prairie State College Softball Preview. I'm Chris Kuchta, Coordinator of Sports Information here at Prairie State, and today I'm pleased to be joined by 2016 Illinois Skyway Collegiate Conference Coach of the Year and 343-game winner, Frank Wilkins. Coach, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me here today.
Coach, last year, as a lot of people know, Prairie State made school history, earning its first Skyway Conference title. How much does that accomplishment help when it comes to running the program on a day-to-day basis, and even when it comes to areas like recruiting?
Recruiting does a great job. Any high school athlete wants to go to a winning program, even at a JUCO level all the way to Division I. You know, and everybody wants to win. You know what I mean? So it's done a great job for our recruiting here at Prairie State.
Now, we call this a preview, but in actuality, we're a little bit behind the times because you've already played 2 games this year. You split a doubleheader with one of the Skyway Conference powers in Waubonsie over this past weekend. What were some of the things that you saw in that season opener that you liked, and maybe some things that you'd like to see some improvements made upon?
You know, it's very nice to start off the bat when you played the top team that's won the conference like 6 years in a row. So at least you're going to start know right away what you need to work on over the year. I was very excited when I seen the first game. We had a great game. Sarah Kessler pitched a great game, and I think the final score was like 8-3. The second game we lost, I think, in 9 or 10 innings, 10-9. We had the lead. They came back and took the lead. We tied it in like the bottom of the 8th inning, and then they took the lead, and at the, I think it was the bottom of the 10th inning, they took the lead and won 10-9. So seeing a lot of good things. We hit the ball solid. We had some solid defense. You know, we have a lot of new girls on the team this year. We have nine freshmen, and that's the main thing. Being young is to see how they're going to step up. And I was very impressed with the returning players and the freshmen that we have brought in this year. So it was a good start against a good solid program. So we're very excited about, you know, our rest of the season.
Now, in your first 2 years here, your teams have produced tremendous offensive numbers, been in the top 5 in on-base percentage, top 3 in batting average. I mean, really good, solid offensive numbers. Will this year's team kind of follow that same mold?
You know, all the years of coaching at the college level over 20 years, two things you always need. You need pitching and hitting. Okay? If you can catch by the time you get to college, you have no business playing at that level. So I believe, you know, when you're any sport, the pitchers always have the edge on, because who works harder than a pitcher? And that's my philosophy. If the pitcher's working hard, you have to work just as hard or even harder than your pitcher. So we probably, every time we practice, we probably hit a minimum an hour to an hour and 20 minutes of hitting every day, different drills and stuff. So like I said, we brought in some good solid hitters. We're going to be like I said, we're working on hitting, and like I said, after the first 2 games, I mean, we hit the ball very solid. I think we out-hit Waubonsie, you know, in both games. But like I said, we're excited, and we'll see how it falls.
Now, as a strong offensive club, is that one of the staples traditionally of your teams, even going back to St. Joe's and all the success you had there?
Even all the years of being at St. Joe's, we were always in the top 5 in hitting every year. So like that's been since beginning coaching softball. I believe in hitting. Yes.
Now, your team is going to have, or has gone through, quite an overhaul as far as the roster is concerned. You lost 8 sophomores from last year's championship team. They were all strong contributors to that club's success. Obviously, players like Emily Gerhardt, who was Prairie State's first Skyway Player of the Year, Becca Stanton, who was a tremendous player here, they're not easy to replace. Are you confident that the players you've brought in to replace those players can fill that void? Because those are some pretty big shoes to fill.
Well, Chris, I first want to thank you for reminding me about all that. It's kind of when you bring in 9 freshmen, you're hoping it's going to happen, but we have brought in some dynamite players this year. Just naming those 2, we brought in 2 freshmen that I think are going to do an outstanding job in the infield, which is Sydney Harrison at third base and Sydney Harrell at shortstop. Sydney Harrell is a fastest player that we've had for years over here, and Sydney Harrison is a great third baseman, a solid left-handed hitter. And we brought in, like I said, some other very good freshman players here, like Sarah Kessler, Haley Fletcher, Kate Johnstone. So like I said, and I'm probably missing a few too, but like I said, we brought in a good solid freshman class here, but we had a good group of returning players here of like Emily Foley, Ellie Paws, Olivia Valdez. So like I said, and you know, we got the mix of some good leadership and some freshmen that are not afraid to work hard and leave it all on the field.
Now your team leaves at the end of this week for its spring trip in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. When you go on a spring trip like that, what are some of the things, especially early in the year, that you're looking for, that you want to see, that you want to come back? What would be a successful trip down there? Because I know playing in the Midwest, haven't had the opportunity to get outside all that much, you know, so where teams maybe down south have. So.
My philosophy is I'm going to come home 10-0. I mean, this is college. I expect to win every game we play. And like I said, but I still need to see what the freshmen can do. Everybody is going to get an opportunity to play, but not at the risk of losing a game. You know, this is college level. I expect to win every game. And like I said, but being the beginning of the year, you still need to find what they can do and see, you know, how they stand up underneath the heat. So everybody during our spring trip will get an opportunity to play at any given time.
Now, we touched on this a little bit earlier, but before you came to Prairie State, you were at St. Joe's Rensselaer. You went to the Division II World Series there. First time in the history of that school. You've kind of had this tendency to make history at every stop you've been at.
Yeah.
What's the difference, the biggest difference between, that you've seen in your third year here, that you've seen between that level, NCAA Division II, and the junior college level?
When I was at St. Joseph, we played a ton of Division I's, like the Purdue, Indiana State, IU, and stuff. Even DePaul and Chicago, when they were ranked in the top 10 in the country at Division I. To be the best, you got to play the best. But in a college softball, just like any sport, from the JUCO level to Division I, it's the same game. The only difference is the speed of the game and the strength of the game. But it's the same game. You know, getting 3 outs, outscoring the other team by at least 1 run. There are some solid girls at the division, you know, at the JUCO level that, you know, are capable at the Division I level. Being here, like I said, after my third year, and every player that we've had here that wanted to go up to a 4-year school has had that opportunity. So that's something we're proud of too. It's not just winning, but if you want to go to play at the four-year school, they've gone and done that transition. So we're very happy with that. But it's the same game. It's just the strength of the game and the speed of the game.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck this year.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you guys for listening.